Lab number 211. In this lab we will continue developing our electricity consumption application, and right now we'll focus on changing the project structure. So first of all, let's start with renaming our application from starter, I mean ng app, to ECC, and doing the same inside controllers. So changing starter controllers to ECC controllers, doing the same for services. And then changing it in app.js. So we will need to change our application module from starter to ECC, and the same for controllers, and the same for services. And let's preview our app. It still should work. Yeah, we still have our app working, but as you can see, it's looking a bit strange. So it's working okay for chats and account tab, but the status tab actually it's not usable. So let's check what is the issue. Yep, and the issue is that val is not defined, so we are trying to call the client init inside our controller. So first of all, let's put here dot with comma, and then let's add some kind of check for our live preview. So it will be pretty simple. We will do the following: if our actual work light is undefined, if the libraries are not there, then we won't do this val client init, and if they are there, then we will do it. So something like type of WL not equal to undefined. Then basically we will do the following. Then we will do the val client init. Otherwise we won't. Yes, so just like this, and you immediately can see that it's actually bring the result. So our status bar is now active. So let's try to see how it works with the desktop environment. So I will do build and deploy once again. Yep, so now let's go to our desktop environment. It's working. Let's check the logs if it's connected to a server. Yeah, it looks like it's connected. The app is now online. Yes, so you see our text line that is connected to a server. Excellent. So basically this step is also done. We can go forward, and next thing for us will be to prepare the application structure, I mean the tab names and the general behavior of the app. And for that, first of all, let's go to app.js, and let's decide how many tabs do we need. And as you remember, we need actually 3 based on design and application structure that we prepared in our extra lab 9.2. So if you don't remember, you can always go to lab 2.9 files and check those mockups. And in our case, we should have my apps, available tasks, and exit tab. And exit tab will actually do an exit, so it's like not the real tab, it's just more or less the button. So in our case, we will need the following things. We will change tab dash to my tasks, and the URL will be the same, my tasks. Template URL will be also my tasks, And the controller, we will call it also my tasks controller. Then instead of chats, we will have actually let's do something like all tasks, and the URL will be, let's do it from lowercase. Yeah, and the URL will be the same, all tasks. Template will be named the same way, all tasks. And the controller will be also called all tasks controller, but in this case we will use the uppercase for A, T, and C. Yep, so those two are completed. Basically, what else? Then we will need an exit button. This will be a fake tab, so when we will go to this tab, we will be seeing some kind of alert, do you really want to exit an app, and just this and nothing else. So I will do it by copying one of the tasks. So let it be, for example, this one. And this will be named exit. And we will have exit controller here in case we will need it. So we now have three tabs ready: my tasks, exit, and all tasks. What else? Well, we will need a task details page that will go under my tasks. So basically we will need to proceed with kind of the same structure as here. So instead of chat details, we will have here the details, and the link to details will be my tasks, and then something like details ID. And of course the URL will be different for a template. It will be details, and the controller will be also different. So task details, let's name it like this. And of course we will need to change this part. So instead of tab dash, it will be tab my tasks. Instead of tab chats, it will be tab exit. Instead of chats, it will be all tasks here. And then we will have here again my tasks. So what else? We will need also a login page, which will be actually disconnected from our tabs. So it will be totally separate, just like this. Something like login state with the login URL. We don't need anything like this, so we just need actually to specify the template URL and controller for our login. And in our case, the template will be login HTML. And the controller will be, again, login controller. And then we will also need the tutorial page. So if we will click on demo button, we will launch the tutorial that will show how to use this app in demo mode. So we will have one more state right here. I will call it tutorial, and the URL will be intro, for example, and then the template URL will be also intro. Let's actually call the state also intro, it will be more reasonable. And the controller will be intro controller. just like this. So we don't need this dot with comma here. And now for make our app live again, we will need to add all of those controllers and those templates. So let's do it. Let's start with our controllers. So dash controller we will rename to login, for example. Then chats controller will be renamed to my tasks. Just like this. We don't need that chats here, and we don't need this code here, so just like this. And then I will copy this and pass into other tabs, and I mean in other controllers, and in my case it will be several more controllers. So after my tasks I will need have a controller called all tasks. Then we will need to have a controller called task details, without my at the beginning, of course. And then we will need also to have intro controller, which will be the last one for us. So we need to pass here dot with comma. Yeah. So our controllers are now there. Next thing we need to do, we need to add the templates. So just as we were doing it previously, instead of tab dash, for example, we will have our login page. So let's just rename it. We don't need to search for references, so it will be login HTML. And then we will copy this to a new template called exit HTML, and we will do the same for others. So we will have here also my tasks, and we will have also all tasks. Next for us will be details. And we will also need to have intro. So one more intro. Just like this. Yeah, so we don't need tab accounts and tab charts together with chart details, so those can be simply deleted. Now let's check our controls if I do not forget anything. It seems to be okay. App.js. Details template URL is wrong, so it should be just details without L at the end. Default path when we will go if any other options are not met will be something like just login. So this will be displaying the login page for us. Then next thing we need to do, actually in tabs HTML, we need to change those tabs. I mean view names. So instead of tab dash, we will have tab my tasks. Instead of tab chats, we will have tab all tasks. And instead of tab account, we will have tab exit. So just like this. And then basically we also need to make sure that those tabs are working. For that, let's try to manually navigate to our tabs. So tab instead of dash, it will be my tasks. Just like this. Yeah, so we are seeing our tabs at the bottom, and actually they are not working because the links are wrong. So this should lead to tab my tasks. This should lead to all tasks, and this should lead to exit, just like this. Let's check once again. It seems like exit is not working. Let's check what is wrong. So we didn't specify the exit controller. Let's fix that, and let's add one more controller here. And just like this. Yep, so now it's working. Next step for us will be actually to work with those pages, but we will do it in our next lab. So on this step, our lab 211 is finished. Thank you.